Hi, I'm Dr. Margreet Wibbeling, midwife specialist and your host of the Birth and Baby show, brought to you by Sister Lillian Center and Sensitive Midwifery. We empower moms and midwives to have the best birthing and parenting experience through natural, physiological and intuitive care, resulting in birth and baby advice you can trust. Hey, welcome back and thank you so much for tuning in. We are still busy with the birth options series, and today's episode will be the option of a normal vaginal delivery with an epidural. So that's going to be very informative and insightful. We've got Jomo and Ray Hardeman, they're actually from America, coming to give birth in South Africa. You're going to really enjoy this episode. This episode is sponsored by Zinplex, one of the market leaders for more than 2 decades. Zinplex provides quality and affordable products, and it's trusted by moms and midwives alike. Visit zinplex.co.za and get your hands on these products. Zinplex, a healthier way of life. Hi everyone, I am so excited to bring another episode on birth options. We've been doing a series on different options on birth, and you're in for a real treat. I've got a beautiful couple, Ray and Jomo Hardeman, and little Goldie. He looks gold, he is gold. Yeah, welcome.
Thanks.
I'm so glad that you guys made the effort to come out, because early baby stages is not the easiest.
Yeah, this is our first outing. Well, in J-Bay. Yeah.
First proper outing in J-Bay.
Yeah.
And let's see how this goes. You've got a lot to share.
Mm-hmm.
I got to know you actually in the surf. You can see there is a big wave charger.
Yeah. We're a surf couple.
Yeah,
We're
a surf
surfing.
couple.
We made it surfing.
So
He'll be a surfer.
absolutely. And my second name is the surfing midwife. So I like this setup. That's lovely. Ray, tell us, what birth did you have?
Okay, well, at first, I think when I met you, I had a lot of fear around birth.
Yeah.
And that's just the whole thing, but definitely around birth, I thought I was going to die. And that was like my main question to you. I was like, okay, can you just let me know what the chances are that I'm going to die giving birth? And it was really great because you said 0. And that's because we took all the, we learned everything we need to learn. We, tried to do everything we should do. And it's really just like learning and kind of, listening to your body and kind of listening to yourself and what you want to do. And so when we were talking about where and how to give birth and the birth plan, I just decided that hospital was going to be best. Because
that's what I do.
Because also we're American and we came here into a new country. And so I was thinking that hospital would be best because we don't, this is the first time I'm having a baby and a lot of unknowns. So rather be in a space where, that there's all these doctors and things and, things that will make you feel good.
Yeah.
So that was the start of, and the reason why I chose hospital.
Yeah.
And, but then I don't know if I were, to get pregnant and to give birth again, I don't know if I would choose hospital.
Uh-huh.
Although it was a good choice for the first one,
Okay, let's do the evaluation at the end. Okay, let's talk from the start. So you're from America, and then you thought you're going to die if you give birth, but yet you became pregnant, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The movies don't help.
The movies don't help, hey?
Yeah. Especially like every movie with a birth is like a disaster.
Yeah.
Or death.
Yeah.
Doesn't help, eh?
No. And it just makes
too.
you...
Yeah. You were also scared, Joe?
Whoa,
Losing
just
her?
like a little, but then once I found out more,
Yes.
but they always die.
Yeah.
And then in the movies.
Or they're screaming.
Yes.
Yeah. That's hectic.
No, it is. It's a real thing. And I mean, you can't undo that thought.
Yeah.
It's there for a reason. It has come in, and now you need to deal with that in your own journey.
Right.
And you did so well, I think. I'm just curious, did you also think like you need to have a Caesar, or how was that for you?
I think I'm glad pregnancy is 9 months because I think I've thought a lot of things.
Yeah.
And when I heard about, especially how in South Africa, they just like do a lot of Caesars, and we call them cesareans in America, but
Yeah.
like Caesars. And then it was also interesting that people would ask me, they'd be like, oh, so how are you going to give birth? And that's not a question in America. It's just, you just give birth, you know, you don't like have a choice really.
Yes.
When they say natural, it means no drugs.
And when you say natural in America, it means no drugs, not
exactly
It's like a hippie thing.
Not a cesarean. So anyways, so I guess I went through the whole like options. I was like, oh, maybe I want to just schedule a cesarean. And, like,
it's an option here.
Let's just, you know, like get this thing done with, and it doesn't have to be that hectic movie drama.
Yeah.
But then as I went on with pregnancy, and the pregnancy was really great, and like my body was taking care of things, and I was making a baby, and I was like, wait, maybe I'm gonna just push this out, and it's gonna be great, you know, and maybe it's a cool experience. And so then I decided, you know, that not that I was against a cesarean, but I was like, okay, if I can do it naturally, and the doctor's saying you're good, I'm gonna do it.
Yes.
So I think I went through all the options.
I think having Marquette helped a lot too.
Yeah.
Like having a midwife, someone that you can talk to and like get that confidence up.
Totally.
And just like somebody who's going to let you know that you can do it.
Yeah.
Like a coach.
Yeah.
Like everybody has coaches for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's surf coaches.
Definitely,
That's
don't
like
just
surfing.
Exactly.
Let's be serious.
And giving birth is like riding a big wave. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Tons of
It needs
preparation.
preparation.
One just quick, big, gnarly moment
Yeah.
that you just gotta stay calm.
Yeah, it's a lot of just thinking too, like, and feeling instead of, because you've got a while to kind of figure it out, and so just kind of go through it.
So you're really aware of the journey
Right.
of pregnancy and how it was important to get you ready in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
So from the start thinking you're gonna die till the end, just like, let me push this baby out.
Yeah, and I became more confident throughout the pregnancy and throughout the process, and so I think that's what he was saying, just learning more.
Yeah. Yes.
Just kind of trusting yourself.
Yeah. And as you said, I mean, your body is doing this thing, growing this baby, and so it will probably get it out too, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, the whole thing is nuts.
It is, eh? well done for however a woman gives birth. It's always amazing. And
exactly.
It's an accomplishment, and it is a big deal. So now I'm curious. Tell us, how did it unfold, your birth story?
So, well, we found our doctor, and we started to really like our doctor as, you know, going in for our checkups. And when she told us to go to the hospital and go early and get your COVID test, you know, it's during COVID. So it was, so I was like, okay, cool. So I go, and she was like, get an Airbnb so you have a waiting room. And so all these things were all planned, and then they all like, none of it. And I was like, I'm cool. I don't have like a birth plan. I'm like down for whatever. But like, I had an idea, and none of it worked.
Birth plan was out of the window.
So I was having like,
Out the window with her on with the doctor in a mini skirt, their hair in a beret on a Friday. I'm out of here.
So when I started having contractions, it wasn't like the movies at all. It was like super light, and I was like, I don't know, maybe. And so then I was like, let's just go to PE. Let's be by the hospital, like the plan. Go check into the Airbnb. And then we got there, and the Airbnb, there's no running water. My contractions were getting stronger. We went to the hospital. I saw my doctor going out for the weekend and saying that she wouldn't be there. And so like all of this was kind of happening at once. And I was like, I'm in Africa and I'm having a baby. And then it all chilled out. I like went in, and the people were really nice. Yeah.
I didn't chill out until she got drugs. To be perfectly honest, she was freaking out still.
Okay, yeah. So
and then she got drugs.
Drugs helped.
Pethidine.
Yeah.
Is that
Okay. Yeah.
correct
Did you
name?
get an injection?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when we got to the hospital, they, you know, they were getting stronger, and yes, and she was like, "Do you want?" Or we asked for it. We're like, "What about this pethidine?"
Yeah, we had to really be
Mm.
our own advocate.
Yeah.
Because when we go back in there, so not only did we not have the doctor we were expecting, we had checked in with a really nice nurse.
Yeah.
And then when we came back around the second time after the COVID test, the
really
nice nurse was gone.
Okay.
And it was a new nurse that was like, didn't know what was going on.
Sure.
But we were just at that point, it was like, she's really hurting.
Yeah.
And like our birth plan was all the drugs. And so we're like, it's time to engage the birth plan. We're going for it. And so then
you had in your mind already you want to use all the drugs anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
That was the plan.
That was the plan.
That was the one plan.
Yeah. That was the one plan.
Planned the Airbnb, but that was already out there.
Okay. And that went according to plan.
So this is my experience of the drug. So the pethidine I liked a lot because it calmed me down.
Yes.
And then it made the pain not so like scary and intense.
Right.
And then I just hung out for a while.
She got really nice.
And they were like, okay, now you're 4 centimeters and you can get the epidural. And I was like, whoa, this all happened really quick. And then they gave me the epidural. And I have to say I didn't like the epidural because it totally numbed me. And Jomo was over there napping. And I was like, get up, like I'm numb. I can't feel anything. How am I going to push a baby out? You know?
Yeah.
Because I was like kind of enjoying the feeling of the contractions with the pethidine and then, hanging out. And then, I was ready to give birth. And then the epidural hit and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not ready anymore. Like I'm frozen.
Wow, yeah.
And so I can't feel. And so the doctor came in, the new doctor, I ended up liking him. And he said, and he really talked, I really liked the part where he like talked to me. He was like, how do you feel? What do you need? And I told him I can't feel my legs at all.
Yes.
Like I like this pethidine feeling, but I don't like this thing. And he was like, oh, we can just stop it. And so, and then he stopped it. And then I was like, wait. But what if it like the pain comes back? Can I like turn it back on? He's like, no, once you stop it.
Oh, then it stopped.
Yeah. So that was a little scary. But so then I think the epidural slowed the contractions. And so it didn't, happen as fast as I think it would have without it.
Yeah.
You could see it on the chart because they measure the
Picked
contractions.
it up, yeah.
And so you could see they were like really wave-like and they're getting stronger and more together. And then once the epidural went, it started becoming like more disjointed and smaller.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess I would have to say, I wish there was like a medium epidural.
Yes. Not all or nothing.
But there's not. Like I think there's a reason why you're supposed to feel the pain. Yes. And I think I started to realize that. I don't know if I would just say next time like no drugs because that sounds really scary. But I get it now. I understand why women can do it, would choose no drugs.
Right.
Because you want to feel it. And then in that moment when I couldn't feel anything, I was like, I wish all I wanted was like to feel it. I was scared to feel it, but I knew I needed it.
Wow.
So, but it worked. Even though I couldn't feel anything, I was definitely, they were like, okay, push when the contractions come. And I couldn't feel any contractions, but I was like, and I didn't know how to push when you can't feel.
Yes.
So I think the doctor did a lot of the work too. Pull up the baby.
The suction
cup. It was very like animal. It was fast
too.
Huh? It was like
fast.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. So once he said 10 centimeters and then I started to push, it was about 5 minutes until Goldie arrived.
Wow.
It was like they put the suction cup on his head, told her to push. I mean, I think there was probably 3 rounds of pushing.
It was 3 rounds, but it was
3 rounds. Like one was like she's going really hard, the suction cup popped off, a little hectic. Then like they kind of coached her. Second push, and they're like, whoa, we're really doing a good job. And then we had one lady just screaming, yelling, getting you psyched up.
Yeah.
What did she say?
She was like, push mama, push mama. She was like this African, like, just like, fantastic. I was like, I'm in Africa having a baby. It was so good.
Fantastic, yeah.
So she was like, still coaching me, and it was all great. But I could tell they like, I don't know if it was because it was 11:30 at night and they wanted to go home, but they were ready to get this baby out. And I was like, this is much faster than I thought. And they're like, you gotta push. And I'm like,
okay. On a Friday.
All forces.
It was kind of like the movies at that point. I was like, oh, it's a little hectic.
Movie scene.
Yeah, I was like, okay, this is a little hectic. But, I mean, it
and
worked.
then they put the suction cup on again. And the doctor was buff. And he was wearing a Jeep t-shirt. And he just popped him right out of there. It was crazy. It was like that. Like nuts.
Oh my goodness.
So it went from like crazy, pethidine, chill, like loopy, high, hanging out, probably like 6 hours, 8 hours there, just hanging out.
Yeah.
And then epidural, little nap, wake up, and she was fired up.
Yeah.
And then gone.
And then it was all over.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
Wowzers. Well done. What a story.
It's not like a beautiful story, but I could definitely see why someone, or why maybe even I would have a home birth.
Right.
I could definitely see that.
Yes.
Because the hospital was like, "What's your name?" And I'm like, "You know my name."
Yes.
I gave it to the other lady. Come on.
Yes.
So like
And that's when the
things-
pethidine helped.
Some things
Yeah.
like that would happen. Yeah, and then you could just,
Yeah.
then you just get over it. You're like, okay, it's not going to be perfect.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be exactly how you thought it was going to be. But as long as it works out,
Yeah.
and it always does. I feel like any situation would have happened.
Mm.
I think that baby was just going to come out.
He was
you
going to
know?
come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Totally. Totally true.
Yeah, and it's just kind of amazing. Because I was like, what if I just gave up? What
Yeah.
if I just didn't push?
Yeah.
What if, and I think they still would have just figured it out.
Yep. Yeah.
I think it just or it just, your body wouldn't say that. Your body wouldn't say,
Yeah.
it just made my mind up for me. It was like, okay,
This needs to happen. There's no
you can't
return.
feel anything.
Mm.
Just make a loud noise, and that's going to make you push. And so I just made this loud noise, and
Wow.
then I was like, "Well, that worked."
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
So it
It
was
worked
quite a raw experience for you.
yeah,
All of it.
yeah. It was
Yeah.
a little, yeah. It was, and I think it was different than America because they don't really ask you. They don't really hold your hand as much as they do in America.
Yeah.
They're like, you have to bring the bag with his clothes and with
Right.
the hat and with these things. And in America, we kind of expect the doctors and everyone to do it for you.
Oh, I see.
So it was kind of this, it was nice though, because it was like, you have this responsibility and they have a responsibility and you just kind of make it work.
Yeah.
And so,
And you did well. You made it work.
and we made it work.
You made it work.
Look how good he
The-
is.
How was the experience for you, Joma, to see to be on the side seeing Ray go through all of that?
Well, I thought she was really funny. I liked when she got the drugs.
Yeah.
She went from being pretty basket case to real funny
Yeah.
and cruising. And she was a great time.
Nice.
So we were having fun. It was a long time. I
Wait.
probably wouldn't have dawn patrolled at 4:30
Oh, yeah,
if I'd
he's
known
so-
how tired I was gonna get. But then she was like, "Wake up!
Yeah.
Come on, I just need a little sleep." But
Yeah.
because I surfed before.
Yes.
So that was a little much. But
Yeah.
a few cups of coffee and then I was fired up.
Nice.
And then by about another funny part, I would say, was at the end, they were it was 3 a.m. or something, probably when baby's cleaned up and ready. And they're like, okay, you have to leave now. And I'm like, go where? And
To
they're
where
like,
now?
yeah. I was like, I'll just go sleep in the car. I'm good at that. And Ray's like, you're not sleeping in the car. You're going to stay right here. And so we just
So we
did
just
a
stayed.
sit-in.
Yeah, we just
I
didn't.
just
do it.
didn't leave. And then I got in the hospital bed with Ray and Goldie. So we were in this tiny little bed together.
Yeah, we all slept.
And just Goldie right here, on our islands. And so that was pretty good. But then by the morning, we were ready to leave.
Yeah.
And everything went good except for Ray's phone. She left her cell phone. If you're messing around with your cell phone in the bed before you start giving birth, that's a heads up. Because the phone got wrapped up in all the dirty linens.
Oh.
And so we could have left at 8 a.m. the next day. They were like, you're great. You can go. But then we had to wait for her cell phone to come back from
From the laundry.
downtown
The
Port
laundry. It
Elizabeth.
went downtown.
And somebody returned it though. How nice is
They
that?
found it.
Yeah.
Aw.
And so we got the phone back and
But were you ever scared when I was giving birth?
no.
No.
I was
Yeah.
it was not scary.
Yeah.
It was fun.
But he was watching. You
part of it.
can't really see.
Yeah.
You're over here and you're just hoping it's all good and you're just like, whatever. I'm gonna just do what I'm told to do.
Yes.
But he could see everything and then at one point he said the doctor was like, oh, the umbilical cord's around the neck.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I think he's just saying that, so I'll hurry up.
Oh.
And I still think that, but it
Okay.
worked.
It was kind of just across his face.
Yeah.
But he cut the umbilical cord
That's
Yeah.
fun.
and he was part of it. And he helped a lot.
Awesome.
I think it helps a lot to have your partner there because because I trust him. And as the doctor was saying, the umbilical cord, they're saying, I'm like, I don't know. But whatever he said, I would believe.
Right.
And so when he was saying, I see the head, wow, like, he's here.
Yes.
And I was like, what, this is working? Like, it's working. Because
Yeah,
I was
that
like,
was cool.
it's not working. I'm not going to do it. And then he was giving me this confidence.
Ah.
And so I think having a partner that you just got to suck it up. You got to
Yes.
not be worried about the goo.
Yeah.
And you just have to, and just like be there and be that like confident in that and kind of that just, everything's going good. Oh my gosh, look, it's good. Everything's great. Like it's happening. And,
That's all you need to hear in that process, hey? That
Exactly.
whatever
Yeah.
you're experiencing, it's fine. And
Yeah.
it's moving forward.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that helped a lot.
Yeah.
It's just,
And you could really tell it was going to work too. It
Yeah.
just looked.
Yeah, you could see it.
It was like, oh yeah, he's going to make it out of there. Because
It's
at first
moving.
it seems impossible.
Yeah,
The whole
right?
situation. But then like once you see it happening, you're like, all right,
Yeah, amazing,
it's
eh?
coming out of there.
It's amazing, eh?
He's
Yeah.
got it.
So you weren't scared to observe it all, but you're semi-medical yourself. Yeah.
I'm a doctor of audiology.
Yeah.
So we don't really do anything gnarly like that.
Yeah. You keep
Or
it up
clean
here.
ears.
Between the
Which
ears.
is gross. Hello.
Aw,
But this
hello,
is-
golden.
yeah.
And there he
I would say
is.
cleaning ears is actually grosser than giving birth, so that was good.
Oh, fantastic. So, and then after the birth, how did that go? Was it, how was your
So-
experience
I think,
straight after?
so straight after, I think it's just all amazing. I don't know. I mean, it's starting to get hard, I think, now with not sleeping at night.
Yes.
But in the beginning, I have a lot of support and family around. I think it's
Yeah.
nice to have that kind of set up. And then I'm just trying to think of what it felt like. But yeah, it's all kind of crazy. You just like, all of a sudden, your boob's making milk and like he's drinking it. And like,
Yeah.
he stops crying and you made him stop crying. You're just like, whoa,
Yeah.
this is going to be great.
Amazing, eh?
Yeah.
It's all just working.
And he slept the first night, which was amazing. And I was like, whoa, this is going to be easy.
This is a good trick.
Uh,
Over
I
the
think
shoulder.
it's just take it like problem by problem or like,
yeah.
and then it just goes away and you'll get really worried that he's going to cry forever and then he stops.
And then he stops again.
You know,
and then he smiles.
And you figured it out.
I think really helped too. While one of the first few days I was reading a book, and it said when you're faced with a problem that you don't know the solution to, start with something that you do know, complete that, know how to do, complete that, and then take another look at it, and the whole problem seems fresh again. And it's like, it's crazy. I know it's just like him crying, but like you're like, okay, I know how to do 3 things: change him, right? Like feed him,
Yeah.
jiggle him around, and sometimes like it's still like you don't know what it is to do after that, but you're
Yeah.
like, you kind of have an idea because you've finished what you do know,
Yeah.
and then you look at the problem again, and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
Right.
maybe his like little butt hurts. He's blasting off, and every time he farts, he cries. But like, so let's clean that up. And you kind of
That is a
figure it
problem.
out.
Troubleshooting.
It's just like troubleshooting, yeah.
Yeah.
And it is really like more fun than you expect. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
both of us kind of like partying and being up at night.
Yeah.
So, and I
So
think he
you had
already had
capacity.
that.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, what's going on? What time is it? But like,
You got to laugh at it too. You
Yeah.
got to have like a sense of humor. You got to not blame your partner for doing something like, why'd you do that? Why'd you feed him
Yeah.
this? Or why'd you like burp him like that? You just have to like laugh. You're like, oh my gosh, it looks
Yeah.
like you just like rolled his neck on you, but he's still going, so we're good.
he's still going.
Yeah. Keep it light.
Yeah, you just keep it light and
Yeah,
just laugh
like,
at
be
it.
a team.
Yeah.
Laugh.
Have no
The
plan.
3 to
Yeah.
4:30 a.m. is tough. That's
Uh.
like when he likes to party.
Yeah.
That was like mandatory. Well, we get to just have a forced party.
Yeah.
Well, you guys really do still look amazing. So whatever you're doing, it's working.
More surfing.
More surfing.
And Mama gets to start surfing like
Yeah,
this week.
that's gonna help.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start serving soon.
Yeah.
Feeling good.
I will come with you.
Yeah.
So Ray, if you would like to say from all your experiences, there's something that you would like to share. There's obviously mummies looking in that are pregnant for the first time, that also have to go through this journey, or what would you like to share with them?
I would say that you can do it. Like, even if you think you can't, even if you think that you're just like 1 out of a million that is not going to be able to handle it, it always works out. It's great. It's amazing. Every part of it.
so cute.
I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
like, it's just 100%. There's no question you can do it. And however it turns, like, it will just work out.
Yeah.
Even if it's hectic, and then you'll have a fun story.
Yeah. I love that from your story.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're not going to die.
You're not going to die.
You're not going to die.
0%.
You're not going to die. Just, go to your doctor's appointments, take care of yourself, and you're not going to die.
Yeah. Sure. What a privilege, hey? I mean, I think that is the reality of that we have so much intervention, that we can prevent so much like death. Because obviously we never want to see any woman die during childbirth. And that is why we do have Caesars and intervention and so forth. I think what would break my heart is to know that there are still women dying.
Yeah.
But I knew for you that's not going to be the case. You probably would be overly cared for rather than under cared for.
Right.
So there's something like too much too soon and too little too late.
Right.
And you were more on the place of too much and maybe too soon.
Totally.
But now you've
100%.
learned, and you're gonna have your second time and probably you're gonna be more empowered.
Right.
And you're gonna be more in control.
Yeah.
Well, now you were more like, guys, you help me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is really normal for a first time pregnancy. And it doesn't matter. And I can't tell you different because it's your first experience, even though, it's for everyone. It's same with the first baby. Second baby, it's often way more chilled.
Yeah.
But I mean, everyone has to go through that first time. So, but what I would like to emphasize about Ray's and Jomo's story is that part of her choice was drugs, okay? And that and that is totally fine. If that is part of, if it was available to her, not always that available. But she could choose the epidural. And if you are one of those that wants to really have all the stuff, then really make use of it properly. So get it from the beginning, from 4 centimeters onwards, because a doctor is not going to come in when you are far ahead in the process to still do epidural.
Yeah.
And the pro from an epidural is it's hands down the most effective to take the pain away. So as she explained, you don't feel a thing. So if you don't want to feel a thing, epidural.
Yeah.
But then the counter effect of it is also that it became very medical. So she needed lots of help. Maybe you probably had a drip on. I'm sure they had to stimulate to get some more contractions because you were saying it was slowing down.
I was helpless.
No, they didn't do stimulant for that.
They didn't need to do that?
No. They were so excited about the contractions.
Huh?
They were okay with the contractions.
They were okay with contractions. You had to be in bed. You couldn't mobilize.
Yeah.
You were on your back. You needed a catheter. You needed a vacuum. So yes, it was a vaginal birth, but definitely not natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a tough one because I wish you could just be like, oh, I want a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but you're not going to, it's not going to be this perfect recipe.
Yeah.
It's just, it should be. I think it should, you need a little pain to get yourself going.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta feel it. If you didn't feel it, it would be weird.
Yeah, right. So it's different than a real pain. It's almost a purposeful thing.
It's a purposeful thing.
It's not like you're just suffering.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so I think I learned that. So, but then you can know going into it not to be afraid of the pain because there's a way to not feel it.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. So epidural has a place when it comes to birth. I've seen it does wonders for a woman that maybe is quite exhausted when she go into the whole labor process, or maybe she needed an induction of labor, and then an epidural can just help her to get through that final stages of centimeters and still get your vaginal birth.
Yeah.
We love the sound of babies, don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for sharing this. This is really fun. I had a good laugh. You guys are amazing. And all the best with Goldie.
Yeah, keep checking in. We'll see what other things we learn.
Yeah. It's a steep learning curve, hey?
Right?
Yeah.
But you figure it out.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy. You just need to eat.
Except we keep forgetting stuff. So double check your triple check. Like we don't have his diaper bag now, and
we lost his bag at the airport already.
Left it right on the curb. It's like you both got the baby and nobody has all the other stuff. All right. So I would say that what I learned from the dude's perspective is to make sure that you can be as prepared as possible. And so with Margaret, like we had the class and she had really good timetables. And because everything for Ray is like, it's happening and it's like, she's so internal. It's nice to be able to like look at the whole thing from a perspective. And so she simply had timetables of like how long things took. So when contractions were 20 minutes apart, was it? Drive to J Bay. Or was it? No, it was way more. It's 5 minutes apart. I don't know. Also take notes. So I took down like notes, everything, because I don't honestly remember what she had said, but I think it was actually contractions 5 minutes apart.
Yeah.
So we're like, we have tons of time still. There's no need to rush. Like we can get everything together. And that was really helpful. And then also at the class, I took notes about what to have in the bag. And I did forget a few things, but like having that bag ready to like make it fun and like an adventure was huge. So we had snacks and candles, which we didn't use, but we could have. And like the thing that makes the smells nice. Like I had a whole setup and music and a playlist and all those things I think really made Ray feel more comfortable because it looked like I was trying.
Oh.
You know?
Yes.
And it's like, because you're not really doing anything.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, like you can do a lot if she has food,
Yes.
water, good drinks, like all these things to just make it fun. Because then it just happens. Because you got to know, like it's a time game.
Yeah.
So that, like where I'm saying the timetable is like, okay, this is a full on all day, all night adventure. So like you got to pack accordingly. If you just showed up if you just rushed to the hospital right when you felt the first thing and like weren't ready beforehand, you're not going to have a good time. You're going to have a bad time.
Yeah.
But if you're ready and like, it's like going out into the wilderness or like going out into the big waves where if you have everything ready to go, you're going to have a great day. Like you can go all day, you can go into the night.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to be tired, you're not going to be cramping, you're not going to get hurt.
Yeah. I also like what you said is like because you put in effort, that was a strong message to Ray.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes for men, they battle to how to be involved in this process.
Yeah.
But because you also educated yourself and showed up for the classes, you sort of took note on, hey, this is how I'm super important in this process.
Yeah. Give her food.
Yeah.
That's one thing you can do. Give her food. Make sure she eats, right?
Yeah.
And then drinks, and then is comfortable. So just like put the pillows, especially now, like with the nursing.
Yeah.
I don't know, the bottles, this is like really helps. So pumping the breast milk and like giving her a break so she doesn't have to get up and like get attacked in the middle of the night. You can like take one or two shifts and that goes a long way to like making her feel helpful.
Yeah, it's a total team effort, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a team effort.
Yeah.
But you're not really like that important on the team. You're like the accessory. But it would be really hard like solo. I mean, it would be a lot harder.
Would have you loved to do this? Be the main player?
I wouldn't do very well at it. So mom, she's been doing a really good job. Love you, Ray Ray.
Thanks, Johan. Yeah, women are amazing, hey?
Yeah.
New respect, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And it is a big job.
Yeah.
But it is really fun too. It's more fun than you expect. Like other people's babies are like...
Say that again.
It's more fun than you'd expect. Like the way they smell is really cute. And like getting up in the middle of the night is more fun. And
because it's your own.
Yeah.
It's your own child.
Your own really helps.
Yeah.
Because other people's babies, I'm like, nah, I'm not
Right.
I like that he's cute too. That helps.
He is the cutest, eh?
Oh, he's the
cutest of the world. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That I'm sure someone will be encouraged and blessed by that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just give her food.
Just give her food.
Yeah. And rub her feet.
Give her love.
Yeah. Give her love.
Tell her she's beautiful.
Yeah. She's so beautiful.
Thank you so much. I think that was it for today. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. And we'll see you for the next one. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you enjoyed this video, please share this with a friend who will benefit from this. And remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you can be notified whenever we release new videos like this on our channel. We'd love to stay in touch and keep you updated with all our latest content and resources to equip and empower you. So if you're a midwife or any type of birth and baby worker, go to sensitivemidwifery.co.za/ free gift. If you're a mom, visit sisterlillian.co.za/free gift for more training and resources. That way we can keep you up to date when we release new episodes like this, plus a few other bonuses. You can also find the links I just mentioned in the show notes. Remember, you're making a big difference because you are shaping the future of humankind. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to journeying with you.